Earlier this week, Nintendo made some huge announcements that are shaking up the gaming world. First up, Nintendo is joining forces with mobile game developer DNA to bring Nintendo franchises to smartphones and tablets for the first time. The two companies will co-develop new games exclusively for mobile devices, and all of the iconic characters from Nintendo's vast library are up for grabs. They haven't revealed any specific titles or mobile platforms, but DNA has traditionally developed for iOS and Android gadgets. The first Nintendo mobile games are expected to arrive later this year. This is something Nintendo investors have been demanding for a long time, given the popularity of mobile gaming. Nintendo owns the most iconic and recognizable video game characters in the world, and now they'll be opening them up to the largest possible group of users, rather than forcing people to buy dedicated Nintendo machines like the 3DS or Wii U. This doesn't mean Nintendo is abandoning dedicated gaming machines. President Satoru Iwata has revealed that they've already begun working on their next-generation gaming console, codenamed the NX. That's all we know for now, but more info will be revealed next year. Finally, Nintendo is also working on a new multi-device membership service that will encompass the Wii U and 3DS, along with smart devices, the PC, and the upcoming NX. This means you'll be able to use one Nintendo account to buy and play games across all of these platforms, which will hopefully be a lot more user-friendly than the sometimes cumbersome Nintendo ID. The new service will launch this fall. Huge bombshell news this week, and here to help me dissect it all is my pal Marissa Roberto. Nintendo is going to be making mobile games.
Oh my goodness.
How do you feel?
Well, I was happy with this news. I know a lot of people were not, and I saw your tweet because everyone is all about the doom and gloom when it comes to, especially Nintendo fans, like fanboys, they jump all over this stuff and they get upset. Honestly, I've loved Nintendo for so long, and I have never really felt the need to hate on their decisions. I always feel like they usually make the right moves, even though it doesn't seem like it at the time. So perhaps this will be another good move on their part.
I think this is a genius move, actually, because they've allowed the mobile industry, which has been so volatile, to kind of mature a little bit over the last few years. They've worked with a company that's kind of got a proven track record. We may not all be fans of DNA's titles, but Nintendo now owns a percentile stake in a company that's already making a lot of money in the mobile space. They can impart a whole bunch of wisdom and credibility to that company and start earning in a bunch of different ways. And now I think they're set up to shape a whole new kind of landscape for mobile gaming.
That's true. The only concern would be the freemium titles. But I've been enjoying the freemium titles a little bit more now, and I like to keep the purse strings tight, as I like to say. So I'm playing a freemium, maybe Mario Endless Runner. Might not sound appealing to some people, but I think I could get into it.
Well, I think, and this is the big hurdle that Nintendo has to get over, because they don't want to lose the awesome controls that are always a part of their gaming experiences. But they also have incredible franchises like the Pokemon games and the Fire Emblems and the Advance Wars, which are kind of perfect for touchscreens and would be kind of cool in a free-to-play model if done correctly. And I have a lot of respect for Iwata-san coming out there and saying we don't want to devalue our properties and we're going to, not put our games on smartphones. I thought, yes, they've done the 180, but they've done it in a very smart way. So I'm excited about what they've got coming up.
No, change is good, and honestly, there have been so many copycats in the App Store of Nintendo games. So the fact that they can actually put their games out there will be a good thing. I think a good thing for gamers.
Well, they're in the lead of it. They're in charge of it. They're in front of this decision. And a big part of this announcement, obviously, is the announcement of the new NX console. I think it's going to be a console slash portable. I think that they're going to make one device, and sort of bank on that. But yeah, I think they're going to make a hybrid machine, and I think that they had to kind of tell us about it now, because they don't want people to think that they're getting out of the hardware business. Their hardware is terrific. Look at the success of the new 3DS.
The new 3DS is amazing. It's true. I guess I don't want to be tied to my TV anymore either, so I like that idea of a hybrid console slash portable. Although I guess it just would be a really fancy portable.
This is going to be a very interesting ongoing development. I think we're not going to see anything about NX at E3 this year, but we'll see something next year for sure. And listen, it's time for us to talk about movies, though. There's a new one in the Divergent franchise. It's called Insurgent. Let's go behind the scenes with the cast.